dear Mother Superior, Mother Alice, my dear Vicar General, my dear priests, my dear brothers, and my dear faithful people of this chapel, happy feast. Today is a day we would like to dedicate to the solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Today, also coincidentally, we are celebrating the Immaculate Heart of Jesus. And in fact, the Immaculate Heart of Jesus, Immaculate Heart of Mary, Mary and Jesus are one, you know. That's why traditionally the church tries to trace back who is really the source of sacredness. It is Mary. If we today say Jesus was conceived without original sin, it is because Mary was a very exceptional woman who was exempted from the common sin, our original sin. It is because of that exemption that when she conceived Jesus, she conceived Jesus without original sin. And that was the intention of God. The world, as we know, was made out of the plan of God. The plan of God from eternity was that human beings will share in the state of God. God will be God, but man will be man, or human beings will be human beings. Finite. God is infinite. And we would live in this life and pass through normal way. When our genes get old, we die normally, like any other organism. But God remains. But when this plan was interrupted, then God has to send His beloved Son, Jesus Christ. His beloved Son is our Redeemer, our Savior, who brought restoration to mankind after the sin of Adam and Eve. All this step, the redemptive step and the universal plan for salvation, were all done out of the love of God. God so loved the world that He sent His only begotten Son from eternity to come and save mankind. It was all from the love. If we today celebrate this Sacred Heart of Jesus solemnity, it is because we know what the heart does. In the heart, we have many things coming out of it. Good things and also bad things. But from the heart of Jesus came good things alone. When the heart of Jesus was pierced, all of us know from the Bible that blood and water flow out of it. Water symbolizes purification. The blood symbolize salvation. And this same water is the one we use for baptism. The same water is also used for purification, to bless us. And so from the heart of Jesus came the symbol of the seventh sacrament, which today the church embraces as a source, as the means of salvation. The heart of Jesus was the heart that gave dynamism to the mission that we as a church have. Today, the heart of Jesus is most respected in many devotions. Why? Because of what I already mentioned, that from the heart of Jesus came this source of the sacrament, came the purification, came redemption. The first reading reminds us that when God chose the people of Israel, it was not because of any other goodness. The people of Israel were asked by God, and God said, you should not be proud, because I have not chosen you because you are numerous, or because you are more intelligent than others, or because you are the most blessed among humanity. No. You are the most small tribe, a weak tribe, but the love of God fell on you, so that that love remains forever to strengthen you. The people of Israel were the chosen people. But as we know, all of us belong to that tree. The original olive branch, olive tree, was grafted with a wild olive tree. And that is what we are. And God has blessed us equally. We are now in the main tree that God has planted. We were wild trees before, but now God blessed our life and we became a part of the main tree that God has grafted in Jesus Christ. So the love of God for mankind is equal for each tribe and for each nation and for each continent. God wishes that mankind should be blessed. However, we must remember very important aspect of consecration to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. As for the Sacred Heart sisters, they have chosen it as their name, the name by which the congregation will be remembered. I hope that they also consecrated their lives to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And as I said before, all of us have to consecrate our own lives to the heart of Jesus, because it is from that heart of Jesus the love of humanity was initiated. This love for humanity as an encounter between humanity and God. And in fact, Jesus is the very encounter between us and God the Father. Jesus has facilitated this encounter because he is flesh of our flesh, blood of our blood. For us in South Sudan, many of us appreciate always this sense of intermediary. Without the hustler, you cannot reach the big man. But if you have Tosilat, you will reach the big man easily. If you would like to see the minister, remember that you have somebody there, and the office of the minister will be open to you. It was in fact in that way that God sent his only son, that you will not directly communicate to me, you will communicate through your elder brother, who is Jesus Christ. So it is easier for us to access God the Father because we have already the means, the way to the Father, who is Jesus Christ. So in a special way, Jesus has come to cure our relationship with the Father. He has come to heal our wounded hearts through his wounded heart. In Jesus' heart was this wound left by sin, our own sin. And it is this wound that cures us. It is through this blood that we are redeemed. It is through this sacrament that we are sanctified, and above all, through the sacrament of the Eucharist. It is appropriate that we celebrate one after another the feast of the Corpus Christi, immediately followed by the solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So my dear brothers and sisters, Jesus' heart is a gate to the Father. It is the gate to the Father because through his Sacred Heart we reach the Father through the sacrament. The sacrament that we partake every day of our lives. As I said before, the heart of Jesus was wounded for our own sin. That wounded heart would have complained and say, humanity has brought me infliction, and would have said, away with the humanity. But because of the redemptive will of God that was already conceived in the mind of God, that his only Son would love the humanity so that he can restore, he can heal, and he can also give sanctification to the hearts of mankind. If at all we are capable of love, it is because of the love of Jesus. Humanity, after the sin of Adam and Eve, is incapable of loving. What we have without the love of Jesus is a pretend that we love. My brother and sister.